Alright, let me unmute these assholes really quick. Alright, what's up, guys? We are here. It is episode 78 of the TTF Podcast. Welcome. This podcast is going to have a couple of, updates, news flashes. E-League has been going on. Tomorrow there's a big event at TTF and just a bunch of other stuff.
Is there one tomorrow? Are you sure?
E-League or TTF?
TTF.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I think
But
it's
anyway,
canceled,
like I always do, how we start off. Will, how are you doing, man? Congrats on the job.
Thank you.
So, how you been, man?
Pretty well. Job city, money city. I don't know. Just started job, doing it. Hopefully it becomes better as far as like full time, the dream. But yeah, I've been good. Guilty Gear, wrestling. My bro Vince hanging out, eating pizza. The dream. But yeah, watching E-League, the best event.
Oh yeah. Okay, we'll talk on this about that. All right. Good to hear. Again, congrats. Vince.
Dude, there he is, man.
How you doing,
Or
man?
JD. Pretty good, Can't complain. Just living the dream. Working, at a terrible job that I hate, getting harassed by old ladies all day, having to please them sexually. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty good life.
Sounds good. All right. Everyone sounds so depressed today.
Yeah, I'm
you have
happy.
we're gonna keep Vince's camera like this. This is funny. All right, so
Yeah, fuck Windows 10, dude. This shit sucks.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys are doing good. Despite
I'm not.
how
I'm
you're
dying
saying.
of cancer.
But with that said,
I have butt cancer. I'm dying.
let's just talk about E-League.
Butt cancer.
Because there's not much to talk about. So we'll talk about E-League. Your thoughts, all that
hopping right
shit.
into the meat potatoes, dude. All right.
What happened?
We're just hopping right into it, dude. Just
Yeah.
living.
Well, was there to
You
talk
ask
about?
me how I'm doing?
Is there anything to talk
I'm
about?
gonna ask Will how he's doing.
I did ask Will how he was doing.
Oh, I don't think
you
you did.
know?
Take Asian waifus, dude. Hell yeah. That's the one good side of the
Will, how
the
you doing,
job.
Will? Again, how you doing?
Really good. Job. I was informed that there's like a new tax on cigarettes, so it's like $420 now. That's kind of a bummer.
That's $69 a pack, dude. This shit's pretty ridiculous.
So I'm considering cutting back for good.
Yeah, I think I might quit smoking too. We'll see.
But it's like so dumb. It's like pretty bad for you, but like, what else are you gonna do?
Work out, maybe go back to school.
Maybe.
Yeah. I don't think that's what's holding me back from either of those things, but let's just say it is, all right. But yeah, thanks to the taxpayers and voters. Maybe I will consider that. But yeah, I'm good.
All right. That's good, man. Sounds good. Anyway, like I said, E-League has been going on. And before we get into it, I guess I'll talk about it for a quick second. I don't really have much to say about it, but I have been watching it. I think I watched every block. I've been off this whole week, so I've been able to watch it. Esports, all that shit. I'll tell you one thing. In the beginning, that shit was kind of garbage.
Yep.
But then
I agree.
and then it slowly kind of got better and better over time. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot they can work on and all this other shit. Like I know Vince was talking about how the recaps and the commercial breaks were longer than the matches, but in the end, like Street Fighter player wise, like the matches were really cool to watch. They're like intense, man. Each pool had someone go 0-7, I think, which is Jesus. That sucks, man. But in the end, yeah, dude, that thing was like esports style. But then
That's what happens when you invite a bunch of fucking scrubs,
But then it was just like, man, like, what are we becoming? And then I was kind of happy when K-Brand and Wolfchrome played because they just started cussing and not giving a fuck about, sponsorships and TBS and all that shit. And there was a couple Twitter posts about the Filipino champ thing. But we'll talk about that later too. But before we get into it, Will, what are your thoughts and your just your review and stuff about the E-League? And this is probably the first of many of these events to happen. But Will, please start us off.
Right. Well, yeah, like you said, it started off pretty like shitty. Had like this shitty GoldenEye music that I actually enjoyed, but
Yeah,
I thought it was funny.
That's the music they use for every single game that they feature on that. So it's like not new apparently. I thought it was new, but no, everybody's been dealing with that shit for years. So we just got to the party late.
I'm a big fan. I'm trying to get the track list soon, but besides that, yeah, like it started off really shitty, but like unlike other events that happen and get bad feedback, they actually listen and they change a lot of things to make it not as shitty and try to like cater a little more to the like the FGC audience while trying to do their whole esports thing, which you know, I can certainly appreciate as a person. As far as the commentary, I don't like, unlike Vince, I don't really care too much about is Sajam on the mic or Z
sucks.
or whatever.
That guy sucks.
Like, yeah, well,
the guy's trying to fucking tell his life story and shit in the middle of a match, and I don't give a fuck, dude. It's not funny. It's not entertaining. It just pisses me off. But anyways, please continue.
thank you.
I'm good.
Vince. But yeah, like I don't really care too much about the commentary, so I don't really have much to complain about. I was actually pleasantly surprised by the new esports guys, because I didn't really know what they were gonna add to the whole FGC thing, but the guy that does the interviews is like pretty good. Like in my opinion, like it's obviously he knows how to ask like people questions, and he like they have done like a little bit of research as far as like the FGC, like what's going on, like who's doing what like in the past, and like the players' matchup histories with each other so like they're not like going in completely blind and are like kind of feeding off the FGC veterans or whatever that are there and be like, oh, what do you guys think? Oh, I don't know what's going on. So I mean, I guess that's kind of been good to see. As far as the matches, they're pretty funny. I think like all the memes that have come from the 0-7 people have been like the
Pretty
best
spicy.
thing to happen.
Just Gutex in general. Jesus Christ, man. That Twitter.
Yeah.
From whatever, like, whenever E-League started and ended, Twitter was just all Gutex. And that shit was ridiculous, man. Like, I'm sorry, go ahead, Will.
It just started and never stopped, man, which is
dude,
good.
He just looked at you like,
I mean,
why would you, what the fuck is wrong with that guy?
Dude, he came from the future to warn us about all the 07s and to protect Wolfkrone and K-Bad from killing each other. So
yeah, in his
timeline, that's what happened. Wolfkrone and K-Bad killed each other on stage, and then it destroyed esports forever. So he sacrificed his record and got 07 to save us. So thank you, Gutex.
Yeah, thanks.
What else can I say?
Thanks, Gutex. But yeah, like, I mean, you know, obviously, since it's invitational, like, it's kind of shitty that, you know, real people that should have deserved a spot to be there, they didn't actually go there, and then we have these 0-7 clowns, but whatever, man. Like,
yeah, welcome to invitational tournaments, man.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. But other than that, all the matches have been pretty good. I don't think I'm really surprised by many of the results. I owe Richard $5 because I had Reinhardt going 0-7, but it turns out Elijah won 0-7. So I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I mean, if anybody would have been
LPN.
0-7. If anything, it would have been LPN or Elijah. Dude. Those are the safe bets, you know.
Yeah, as much as I wanted certain people to go 0-7, like the sad reality was LPN or Elijah. On the way up to Wednesday night fights, the whole talk was like, "Hey, who's gonna go 0-7?" And you know, we're all like asking those questions, and people were saying that at Wednesday night fights, and a lot of people were saying, sadly, you know, it was LPN and you know, and Elijah. No one said Ryan Hart. We're all talking about how Ryan Hart, you know, maybe he might do it. Man, I'll tell you one thing. I doubted him, dude, and that guy fucked some people up, and it was pretty badass, man.
He did. Well, he went 3-4, so it's not like.
But I mean, he made it out though. You know what I mean? But then I gotta tell you one thing: that match between him and Chris T was the most sloppiest, shittiest match I have ever seen. That was more sloppier than fucking oral overdose, man. That shit was mad, like throat gagging, dude. It was so
terrible.
Okay, so First of all,
that's just how I feel whenever I watch any of Chris T's matches.
Dude,
by the way, that's
like
I
Ryan
can't
Hart
stand
just
him.
dropped. He like tried to do like a hard combo where he could have done an easy combo to kill him, correct? And then
Yep.
when he did that crazy Tatsu, could he have just like tackled to kill, like punish that Tatsu, like shoulder tackle? Would have that reached?
Yeah, since he totally didn't lose his charge.
Yeah, I don't know, but still, also charging. I don't know. That was just a shitty ass match, dude. So,
I thought,
Will continue.
LPN and
Knuckle do.
no, there was a shittier match. It was like LPN and
L.I. Joe.
Li Joe. Yeah, that
That
match
was hands down the
super
shittiest
shitty.
match ever.
Just watching LPN play Bison, and I'm like, why is this guy there? You know, it could have been like,
His Bison is so bad.
yeah, I don't know. You know, especially from watching my boy Richard, you know, just a master of the character, you know, demolish everyone at Wednesday night fights. You know, it's really hard to watch LPN tarnish that
Dash
character.
through people and not get punished and do a bunch of shit. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty
dude.
difficult.
It's like you got two-year-olds playing like a fighting game. It's like cool, man.
You got these two infants playing a children's card game on national television, and we just have to suffer through it.
Yeah, but I mean, who gives a fuck, you know?
Yeah, that's true. PH.
Also, I will say, yeah, the infiltrate or Wolfcrone K-Brad thing was like pretty sick too.
It was way funnier than I thought it was going to be, and I already thought it was going to be funny, so I'm glad that happened.
Yeah. Shout outs to Wolfcrone. Oh, Punk. Damn, I forgot Punk. Yeah, but I mean, like, I haven't had the chance to watch a lot of the matches live because I had work, so couldn't really watch a lot of them. But I watched like all the dank memes, the recaps, the clips. So I've been pretty in touch with it, I guess. What about you, Vince? Been at work?
Nope. I've actually been fired for months, so
Oh, same.
pretty sure.
But yeah, I don't know. E-League is sick. Hope to see more. Well, not really, but hope to see if it happens again.
conclusion?
Hope to see
Yeah.
like them build on it. But yeah, new things are good, even though the game sucks.
All right. Vince?
You want to know my thoughts on E-League in general?
Yeah, I already know what you're gonna.
What's happening right
go
now?
into. But yeah, Vince, your turn.
All right, we'll start with the positives. From the first day, which was a complete fucking mess, and it was just the shittiest thing ever. 5 minutes of matches and 15 minutes of analyzation and 20 minutes of ads. That's a pretty shitty ratio for actual matches happening. But they did improve it in every other day since then. And as it went on, it got better and better every single day. So that's pretty cool. The bad thing is it's an invitational, and invitational tournaments are fucking jokes, which are used only for entertainment. So, I mean, I guess there's that, but I'd rather watch anything else other than that because you get all these idiots going 0-7 and just stupid shit happening. So I don't like invitational tournaments. The shit that happened in there was pretty funny though, and overall it's a pretty good look for everything because there's a bunch of idiots that didn't know about Street Fighter at all, and now they know about it, and now it's getting a little bit more exposure, which is cool. And it's going to be on TV. The finals at least will be, so that's going to be more exposure, which is nothing but a good thing, I guess. But I don't want this style tournament to become like a thing.
Yes.
Because it's a fucking joke.
Okay.
Like, look at this shit, dude. Like, just look at LPN was in this tournament and went 1-6, and he played like shit, and like all this people going 0-7 and stuff. Like, they're just free wins, dude. It's like, come on, man. Like, this is not what a fucking tournament is. I'd rather watch any top player like play some scrub a million times over a fucking invitational any day. I just can't stand that shit. That's why the first Hearthstone tournaments were so bad, dude, because it was just all invitationals of like just these retarded like meme streamers and shit. It was a fucking joke. It was not like high level play at all.
Oh, like fucking Force Center, like a bunch of random ass people were going crazy.
Yeah, you know what the criteria was to get invited to that shit? Oh, we'll invite you. It's like, oh, well, if you invite me, you gotta invite my bro, and that's why Nimsh ended up commentating everything. So like that's just how tournaments like that go, and I don't want to see fighting games turn into that because tournaments for this game are like pretty good shit. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's really the only thing that separates fighting games from
Every other
like
fucking stupid thing.
any other esport, because
So
any
Yeah.
jerk off can just sign up and play. And
Yeah, would you rather have like fighting games become like everything else where they invite a bunch of people and then they have like a big open bracket for 2 spots? Like that, hell no, it's terrible.
So I guess like the next thing we'd go into is that during the tournament, I'm browsing during E-League, I guess Twitter was like on a whole new level. Damn, I just had some really bad equilibrium right there. That was crazy.
Movie?
Sorry, I got
Yes.
hella dizzy. Yeah, Twitter, E-League. Yeah, there was like some fucking Filipino champ. I just saw something interesting. I don't know if he was joking. Probably not, because it was coming from him. But he tweeted, FGC needs more invitational events like Topanga, E-League, and SXXW. We got 100 plus open bracket type of events already. Need some balance, in my opinion. And Mike Ross said something funny, and then like a lot of people kind of feeding off of it, but other people were trying to say that like, yeah, man, like they should all like get rid of all these. I don't know. In my opinion, from this, these invitationals are kind of they're cool. Maybe like have it like once a year, or maybe like every other. I don't know. It just sucks for all the people that should have been invited. Like I can probably name 5 people that should have been invited. You know what I mean? And then people saying that like it's a waste of time. Like we don't need pool play when we can just have these invitationals, so we can skip the pool play. And it's like
everybody was talking shit about Smash for trying to do that, and now everybody's like on this shit now. Like, oh, let's do more invitationals. It's like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Why would you want to skip? And then it's kind of like,
because you want to get paid for not fucking doing anything.
But
that's the only reason why.
And then it's like, this is shitty because like the whole point that we're playing these games are to like, it's pride on the line, and like we want to show people that we deserve the spot we're in, not just to get floated to another fucking into like out of the pool. Like that's the whole point.
Party games, man.
That's the whole point of the pool, right? It's just like because you might get killed by that unknown player. You know what I mean? Like. And then you're gonna have excuses like all these like top players, whatever you want to call them. It's just like, well, I shouldn't have been here anyway. Like, who gives a fuck, man? Like, you lost to this kid, and he's like the future, and you're complaining that if there's an invitation. I don't know. It's just I don't know. Like some of these players, like their true colors show like after events like this. Like some of these guys are hella elitist, man, and it's like you used to be one of those guys, man. Like. Now, like, what the fuck have like you become, man? Like, you forgot everything you stood for, your roots, and like, man, I don't know.
Are you trying to eat the mic, or what's going on over there?
Is it really? I'm sorry, I don't know. This mic's like kind of funny.
Or do you have like a fan blowing directly?
Oh, it's the fan. I'm sorry. It's like really hot.
It sounds fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's the fan. I'll turn it off and suffer.
Well, you can just take it out of the mic. That's okay too.
It's not in the mic. It's like the worst part about it. It's like super far away. It's just a loud fan. So yeah,
that's when you get a good mic, man. It happens, dude. I get it. That mic's cool, dude. I like it.
So so I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. Anyway, your thoughts about just
You were talking about how invitationals are bullshit and like they don't mean anything. That's what's cool about Sonic Fox, because he was 100% behind the idea of like how tournaments are. He said like, dude, the day it becomes all invitational, it's like it's over, dude. Same with Mike Ross. He said the same shit, which is what I totally respect.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool for shit like this to happen, and I think an example of it being done well is every day besides the first day of this tournament, and also Red Bull Kumite is like a really good example of how an invitational tournament can be done right. Because it's an invitational at one part, and the other 2 slots, people qualify for the other slots. So, I mean, it's legit, and I feel like it's run really well, and it's not too esports. Like, watching Red Bull Kumite, like, that's how an invitational should be done. Like, so far, so good with that. And I think E-League could be good, and it started getting good after the first few days, but we'll see where it goes from here.
Okay. So, let's see here. Will, if you were to run your own invitational, how would you run it? Huh?
No, I was laughing at the idea.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know.
I call it the Big Kahuna. And have qualifying tournaments.
I mean, fuck. I don't know, I just get like...
Dude, yeah, the TTF Booty Call League. Dude, it's happening.
My own invitational? I don't know. I just probably look at how consistent and well people have been placing, and I'd probably invite the most consistent players that are placing well, I guess, and then I don't know, and do like a last chance qualifier type thing, I guess. Like, I don't know, I that's probably the best way. I wouldn't do any community contribution bullshit, because that's
people
just like
butthurt, man.
I mean,
how how do you qualify that shit, dude? Like, how do you put that into a category? Like,
Yeah, there's
how
no
much
real
more does somebody contribute than another person?
there's no real good metric for whatever that category is, because if we look at that category, then there's no reason why Arturo Sanchez shouldn't have been invited to that.
Eh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like it gets like invitational tournaments. They're cool and all, even though they're not. But like, there's always gonna be someone butthurt about not getting invited, or someone getting invited that shouldn't have. And
that's why
So it's
regular
like-
tournaments are good, man. You show that you're good
Yeah.
by making top 8.
exactly, like there's no gray area. You either won or you didn't. Or
Like Henry Sen, he made top 8. He's the best.
exactly, Golden Sen. You can
Mhm.
take that to the bank.
Yeah, Flash Metroid, top 8. He's the best.
It happened. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, Vince.
What the hell was that? Did you become a robot for a second?
Who, me or
Yeah, you. It's
happened?
neither one of us.
what happened?
Oh, let me see if I can hear on the thing. It just sounded like you just became an android, you know? Whatever, fuck it, whatever. If I did a tournament like that, all I would do is... It's even easier now. You just look at the CPT results, look at the top 8s, see who made top 8 more than once and all that, and then there you go. Damn, see, everybody knows about that. The NES sounds, dude. You became 8-bit for a second. Yeah, anyways, I pretty much do exactly the same thing. You just look at the results, invite the people, and just go from there, dude. And every time somebody loses, you just kill them, and then we don't have to ever do an invitational again.
Like Balls of Fury and shit,
or
dude.
Or then
Yeah, just like Balls of Fury.
Gutex comes back from the future and then saves
Yeah,
us.
and the future spot would be for Gutex, since he's a time traveler, and then he can.
He
take
always
that
has a spot in tournament.
And then we'll have like a participation award for all the people that go 07, and they can be invited to our tournament too. And then we could just do that. I don't know. I don't like invitationals, as you can tell, but
Yeah.
that's what I would do if I did run one. Aside from the future jokes and stuff, look at the results, invite
That's not a
people,
joke.
have a shitty tournament, and make sure to say Gems on the mic. Those are my criteria.
Okay, so if we don't like invitational tournaments, what makes the one that we're trying to do? Wait, is that even an invitational that we're doing? We're just like picking random players, right? And we're having them do matches and shit.
No, we definitely didn't do a random thing, but yeah.
I mean,
what makes it different? It's nothing
there's-
really, except it's gonna
yeah.
be cool.
There's no difference. Like,
And we're not trying to
whatever you guys
advertise
are
it as
doing.
like the greatest thing ever, and trying to say this is how tournaments should be run. Which I guess nobody is, but they're all bitches, and we're not. So
All right, right on.
So
right
pretty
on.
much, you hate the thing you created.
yeah, I can't wait for it. If it actually does happen, which everybody seems to be down to do, like I want to do it.
We gotta figure it out, man. We gotta figure it out. So yeah, any last thoughts or closing statements about E-League, Will?
No, fuck Evo, fuck Mr. Wizard.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fuck those guys for hating on something that's new and different, not Evo. That's pretty much it.
All right, Vince.
As much as I don't like it, I can't wait to see what the next phase of this E-League is like. If it keeps getting more improvements, which they are obviously trying to do, like it could end up being something that's really cool. So we'll see how the rest of it is, and don't put Sage M or Z anywhere near the fucking mics because they're shit garbage.
In
Right.
your opinion.
All right.
In my opinion,
In
yes.
your opinion.
That's a disclaimer. Like I get it, but in my opinion, they are nothing but trash to any type of commentary. So
Can you?
Yeah.
Well,
Can you? So talking about commentary. Can you tell us why? And some of the people like, because I know you. In the end, you truly miss commentating events in at San Diego, and then you always keep track of all the commentators. Can you tell me, your input and why that you don't like these commentators and what makes a good commentator and all that shit?
Well, I could talk about those two people and why I personally don't like them. First of all, we'll start with Z. The one thing about Z that's acceptable is that he does have his own style, and he just always does that. Like he does that, and he seems to improve and all that stuff. But there are times where he'll just start talking about something that's not relevant to fucking anything, just for the sake of it, and he'll miss an entire match just by fucking around like that. It's kind of like how cameramen will stop commentating for a while when people are talking in his ear, but that's just because he's garbage and he doesn't know how to do that, how to talk when somebody's talking to him. So that sucks. But Z, I don't know, he just gets on his tangents. It's like he has to finish what he's saying, even if something really badass is happening on the screen and nobody gives a fuck about what he's talking about. But I get that it's part of his style. So whatever, I guess it's semi forgivable. And sometimes he's funny, but as for the most part, it's like I don't know. He just I don't fucking like him, dude. And like I just don't give a shit. And Sajam, like in my opinion, like he just doesn't have any fucking style like at all. It's like he's just there talking about what's happening, and like I can fucking see what's happening. That's why I'm watching this. Like I don't need you to tell me what's going on, dipshit. Like I don't know. It's just like listening to him. It's like it'd be like listening to anybody that randomly off the street that you like said, okay, here's what you need to study up on to go commentate this match. Like I don't know what the hell is this guy known for? He just sounds like it's like really boring to listen to him commentate anything. He just like does pure play by play, but without like any of the excitement. It's just like I don't know what he's doing. And his whole thing is like doing segues and stuff, but like any fucking idiot can do that shit, dude. Like people make a living off that shit, like Billy Mays, but not him. So I don't know. Also, you're turning into a robot again.
No, that was my fucked up laugh.
No.
No, you're just turning into a robot.
Oh, well, this podcast must end then because my mic is not working out then.
Why don't you...
The NES. Did we talk about how that chick wouldn't shut up about Gutex that wouldn't have fight? Yeah, it's kind of like that, but like not as bad as that. That's like the example of like when it hits rock bottom, and Z is like the example where it's like sort of relevant.
Well, we don't really listen to the Wednesday night fight.